If you haven't gotten the chance to watch the previous video, make sure you check it out, where I talk about the pros and cons of forming a foreign corporation. Today's video is going to be a little different. Today I'm going to be talking about US businesses. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the most popular US business entity choice, which is the LLC, also known as the Limited Liability Company. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm the managing attorney here at Malayalam, where we help entrepreneurs just like you start your businesses without having to deal with the complicated legal forms. Our done for you service is backed by over 2,800 plus 5-star Google reviews, and we can help you start your business too. The purpose of these videos are to provide you with as much guidance and clarity in the beginning stages of starting a business. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. Before I begin, I want to let you know that it's always important to speak with a professional prior to doing anything. With that side note out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what exactly is an LLC, the most popular business entity choice entrepreneurs choose when forming a US company. An LLC, also known as a limited liability company, is the most popular choice when entrepreneurs choose to form a US business. The reason why the LLC is the most popular choice is because it's one, very flexible, and two, it provides personal liability protection. Now, to start off this video, let's go ahead and talk about the LLC flexibilities. If you're not already familiar, LLCs require little paperwork to actually operate and manage. Additionally, an LLC, a limited liability company, is flexible in such a way that you can change the business structure whenever you want. For example, if you want to be able to add owners, if you want to be able to remove owners, if you want to be able to change your business address, if you want to be able to change your registered agent address, all of this is very simple. All of these changes can be done in a very simple manner using an LLC. Additionally, if you want to be able to convert your LLC to a corporation in the future, or maybe you want to tax the LLC to be taxed as a C corporation, or maybe even potentially an LLC taxed as an S corporation. The business structure of an LLC provides different types of options, different taxing options, as well as the flexibility when it comes to changing the actual business structure. Additionally, when it comes to having to file taxes, filing taxes for an LLC is straightforward. Now let's go ahead and talk about personal liability protection. If you don't already know, one of the major benefits an LLC has is personal liability protection. What this means is when you register an LLC, you're then treated separately from your business. In other words, you and your business do not commingle. They're seen in the eyes of law as two separate beings, two separate entities. And so the way they treat your LLC is going to be different than the way that they treat you. Now, what exactly is personal liability protection? And when would something like this even arise? Personal liability protection is most effective when a lawsuit is filed against an entrepreneur. One single lawsuit can be the detriment of a business, especially if an individual does not have an LLC. What I mean by this is if an individual is conducting a business under their personal name, then they're personally responsible for any actions that occur while operating that business, which means when operating that business, if a lawsuit is filed against your business because everything is under your personal name, it's likely that your personal assets, personal bank account, personal car, even your personal house may be liable for that lawsuit. The last thing you want to do as an entrepreneur is to put and jeopardize your personal assets. LLCs provide that separation, that protection. In other words, LLCs protect your personal assets. Now, in the beginning of this video, I mentioned a term, digital nomad. What is a digital nomad? A digital nomad is an individual who operates a business 100% online, as well as they don't have a primary residence. They don't have a home. They're constantly traveling. But do keep in mind, a digital nomad does not need to travel. What truly identifies a digital nomad is their business is operated and ran 100% online. Now, there's this idea floating around that when forming an LLC, one has to be committed, there's a bunch of paperwork involved, and it's complicated to operate and run. In other words, there's a lot of requirements. This is actually far from the truth. In fact, there's less paperwork than a digital nomad may even think. In fact, a digital nomad can register an LLC in less than 10 minutes. Now, there are additional reasons why a digital nomad should form an LLC. Additional benefits in addition to flexibility as well as personal protection. Another benefit is a digital nomad is able to open a US business bank account. Opening a US business bank account allows an individual to create a paper trail in the event they need to show or prove through statements what their business does. In addition to being able to create a paper trail, having a US business bank account will ensure that there are less restrictions, that your account is less flagged, and you're able to operate your business with no real restrictions. Now, in addition to being able to open a US business bank account, you're also able to establish and start building up a business credit line. Business credit lines are extremely beneficial and extremely supportive in the beginning stages and the building up of a business. And it's very important to have a credit line in order to reinvest into the business. For example, maybe an entrepreneur sells products online, and in order to get a loan for a big purchase that the entrepreneur wants to make, they have to be able to show some sort of credit line or credit score. In this case, because they have that business bank account, which allows them to start a business credit line, they'll then be able to provide that loan officer with some sort of evidence or paper trail to get approved for that loan. And the good news is that your personal credit score will be separate from your business credit score. And another benefit is the professionalism and the authority and credibility that LLCs have to offer. Because the LLC is one of the most popular options when it comes to forming a business entity, entrepreneurs, third parties, loan officers are all familiar with LLCs. And because LLCs have such a great reputation, it's likely that deals will be able to be closed quicker, you will be deemed to be more trustworthy, and more people will want to work with entrepreneurs with LLCs. Now the question is, how do I start registering an LLC? The first step is you're going to want to decide on the state where you'll be registering the LLC. Each state offers something a little bit different, so make sure you speak with a professional to learn which state would work best for you, especially if you're constantly moving around, if you're constantly traveling. Speaking with a professional will help you narrow down the best state for you to register the LLC. If you happen to have any questions about anything that I talked about in today's video, make sure you click the link in the description box below to book your free call with a professional who can help you better understand how to start your own LLC. If you happen to enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to rise.